Hey guys, how are you today? I want to talk about blended families today. Either two a man and a woman coming together who already have kids, one or the other have kids, or they both have kids by a different relationship, or somebody that's single, never been married but has kids, and marrying somebody that doesn't have kids, or somebody that may have kids that's single also and never been married. Unfortunately, sometimes in these cases we see, on the news, people that are dysfunctional, where you see like maybe a man or a woman who harms a child, either abusing them and they survive, or abusing them and they die, and the child was not theirs, but it was their boyfriend's, their girlfriend's, or their spouse's child by another person. And dysfunctional people hurt children, hurting people hurt people, whole people help people. So those are the unfortunate ones that end in tragedy. But there are a lot of families that, maybe on their second or first marriage, but they have kids by different people. And sometimes people go into these, and if you don't have love, then, it's doomed for failure. And what I mean by if you don't have love is, you can't, when you're dating someone that has a child, you're not just connecting with that person as you're dating them. So if you're dating a woman who already has a child, whether you have one or not, if you're dating her, then she's not by herself. She's a total package. And any woman or any man that's dating someone and that person does not care about your child, you have no reason, you're wrong for being with that person. You're putting your child's life in danger. Your relationship is already over if that person does not see your child as their child. So when you get married, you're dating, when you're dating, of course, it's not official yet, but you have to watch how that person is. You should be talking about these things. You should have premarital counseling, all of those things. So if you're dating this person and they don't, you watch how they treat their own child, or if they don't have a child and you have one, that should be a very big part of your discussions. If that person does not understand and see and gladly take full responsibility, as in, hey, if I commit to you, if we decide to be in a committed relationship, your child is my child, your son is my son, or your daughter is my daughter, whether it be the male or the female, whichever one doesn't have children, or even if you have children, there's no my children, your children. When we commit in a relationship, that becomes our children. And so many times, I'll be talking to someone and I'll say, well, how many kids do you have? And whether it be the male or the female, and whoever it is, and they'll say, well, I have one, and then she has two from a previous marriage. Or they'll say, well, I don't have any, but she has two from a previous marriage. And so my point in that is that's incorrect. When you married her, now we have two children. I don't need to know at that moment which ones are your biological. Biological has nothing to do with it. Sperm and an egg just means that you have the ability to create life and give birth through sexual intercourse. Blood makes you related. Love makes you family. So when you're married and when you come into a relationship with another person, it's not his child, her child, their child. It's our child, our children. There's no stepchildren. There's none of that. It's just our children. When you married her, she wasn't your first wife. So you don't say this is my stepwife. You don't say this is my step husband. It's your husband. It's your wife. So the first marriage, first relationship didn't work out, whatever. That's over. There's no competition in the last marriage or last relationship. There's no better. Your children are not more priority than their children, than the children that they have from this other relationship. All the children are equal. God didn't save you and say, hey, these are my children over here. He don't love you any less than he does a child from Jerusalem, or if that child is from Pakistan or Iraq or Africa or America. He doesn't look at you any different. He has no respect of person. So how do you have the audacity to say that you're coming into this union with this person and you look at their child as separate from them or as less than yours because you are not the biological mother or father? you have no business in a relationship with the person, and the person has no business in a relationship with you if both of you don't understand that whatever you have, it's all 100% yours. When you join together, you're one. Everything that you have before and everything you are now, or it's now unified to one relationship. Our children, our marriage, our home, our bank accounts, our problems, our situation, everything is one. There's no separate. Everything that comes with you when you marry that person. So I just want to say to all of you out there that are part of blended families or say blended for a reason. When you blend something, it becomes a mix. It becomes one. You take all the ingredients of a cake separate, they're just ingredients. They're just flour, sugar, salt, egg. All of that stuff is nothing by itself. But when you put it together, it makes a beautiful cake. Your new marriage, your new relationship is a beautiful cake. It's a beautiful dessert. It's a beautiful part of your life that has now made this new thing. And you have to embrace it 100% all in. Can't be any separation, and unity cannot be in the same place and abide as the same thing. It's either together or it's not. And if you don't have the heart, the love in your heart, the understanding to understand that this child, this person, we are all one. These are our children, my son, not my stepson. This is my son. It doesn't matter if his biological father is there in his life present. That means that he has two good men in his life. It doesn't matter if the biological mother is present or not present. If she is, that means that you have two good mothers in your life. Not stepmom, not mom. They know the difference by identity, but you should never relate to them as that. You should always relate to them, and you should never try to get your kids, coerce them to not respect or not call their step parent their new mom or their dad or mom. If that's the relationship that they have, you should welcome them to do that, whether they call them by name or whether they call both of you mom, both of you dad. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, your only concern should be that everybody is loving and taking care of these children and having functional relationships. That's the only concern that you should have. Blended families mean that we're coming together as one. Blended means we're unifying as one, and there should be all love. Love your mate, love yourself, love the children. There's no separation, no mine or yours. No, they all, what you do for one, you do for all of them. No separate, or you shouldn't even be in the relationship. So love is the key, guys, and love means that you go all in. Love is not a feeling, it's a choice. It means that you do everything that you have to do to make everything work. I love you, but God loves you more. There's only one order in the world, guys, and that's God's order, and that is the true world order. God's excited about your future, and so am I. Be blessed. We'll talk to you soon. Keep your questions and comments coming.